Keith Urban is on stage for his first show since Nicole Kidman filed for divorce.
The golden couple had separated after 19 years of marriage.
One very common thing about celebrities' marriages is the fact that they always come with premium drama, especially when the husband and wife are both celebrities. What is juicier about this particular marriage is the fact that the union is between a musician and an actress, which calls for more drama. So, what could have happened in the 19 years of marriage that Keith Urban admitted? What did he say that confirmed what we all have been suspecting about Nicole? We are about to unveil a lot on this gist, so hang on and take a snack as we talk about the love life of Nicole and Keith and what happened in the marriage. About the legendary Nicole Kidman. Nicole Mary Kidman came into the world on the 20th of June, 1967, in Honolulu, Hawaii. At the time she was born, her Australian parents were in the US on student visas, and it made her birth a significant beginning for them. Her mother, Janelle Ann, was not only a nursing instructor, but she also involved herself actively in the women's electoral lobby, where she played a role to advocate for the rights of women. People also knew Janelle for her editorial work, which helped to enhance and shape her husband's writings. Talking of her father, Anthony Kidman was a multidisciplined individual. He was a clinical psychologist, biochemist, and author, and he was well known in his fields. Nicole also has a younger sister, Antonia, who has made a name for herself as a journalist and television presenter. Nicole proudly holds dual citizenship in both the United States and Australia. She has an interestingly diverse heritage, with English, Irish, and Scottish ancestry in her family history. After 3 years in the US, they went back to Australia, where Nicole would spend her formative years. From a very young age, and right from her school days, she started displaying an innate talent for performance, enrolling in ballet classes at the tender age of 3. Her passion for acting skyrocketed during her primary and high school years, and this set the stage for what grew to be an incredible career in the film and television industry. One unforgettable moment in her childhood inspired Nicole's journey into acting. Margaret Hamilton's portrayal of the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz captivated her and ignited her dream of becoming an actress. In spite of this ambition, she openly shared the fact that she was quite timid as a child. She said, "I am very shy, really shy. I even had a stutter as a kid, which I slowly got over, but I still regress into that shyness." This shyness led to a lot of social situations, like entering a bustling restaurant or attending parties alone, which was quite terrifying for her. In her teenage years, she was not confused about which course to settle for, because she found her peace in the arts, attending the Phillip Street Theatre with her future co-star, Naomi Watts. She also had the grace to participate in the Australian Theatre for Young People, where she immersed herself in drama, dance, and mime. Acting eventually became her sanctuary, a sacred place where she could escape her timidity and express herself. Eventually, her professional journey officially began in Australia with her roles in the films titled Bush Christmas and BMX Bandits, which were both released in 1983. However, it was her performances in Dead Calm and the miniseries Bangkok Hilton in 1989 that marked her breakthrough, showcasing her talent to a broader audience. She gained international recognition with a significant role in Days of Thunder in 1990, which made a way for a couple of leading roles in major films. Nicole's career has continued flourishing, especially because of her excellent role as a producer and star in the critically acclaimed HBO series titled Big Little Lies, which aired from 2017 to 2019. Due to her outstanding work, she received 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, one for Outstanding Limited Series and another for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Limited Series or Movie. These awards were just the starting point for her. She went on to shine in several mainstream films and TV shows. In addition to her various artistic achievements, she has also dedicated herself to philanthropy. Since 1994, she has served as a Goodwill Ambassador for UNICEF and has been involved with UN Women since 2006, advocating for very important social causes. In recognition of her contributions to society, she got appointed a very significant honor as the Companion of the Order of Australia in 2006. Beyond her excellence on the screen, she has been recognized many times for her impact on the world. Time magazine included her in its lists of the 100 most influential people in the world in both 2004 and 2018. In 2020, the New York Times also celebrated her as one of the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2003. Recently, in 2024, she made history as the first Australian actor to receive the AFI Life Achievement Award, which proved her enduring legacy in the entertainment world. Nicole thrived in her career, from her childhood ballet to acting and acing every performance. But could it be that she could not handle her marriage like she handled her career? Well, let us look into her marriage that lasted for 19 years. The love story of Nicole and Keith. Nicole and a handsome musician named Keith Urban had an incredible love story which started at the Jade USA Gala in Los Angeles back in 2005. After their initial meeting, they exchanged phone numbers, but to Nicole's surprise, Keith didn't reach out for a full 4 months. When she talked about this period, she humorously recounted to Ellen DeGeneres in 2017, "I had such a crush on him, and he wasn't interested in me." It's true. It wasn't until they were both living in New York City that she had an unshakable conviction that Keith was the one. For her 38th birthday, he made a romantic gesture that sealed the deal for her. He appeared at her apartment as early as 5 a.m. with a beautiful bouquet of gardenias. She later told the media, "That is when I went, 'This is the man I hope I get to marry.' By that point, I believed he was the love of my life." Their relationship went spicier when she invited him to be her date for the 30th anniversary gala of the United Nations Development Fund for Women, where she was the host, and after a while, the couple tied the knot in a beautiful candlelit ceremony at St. Patrick's Estate, which was located in the beachside suburb of Manly in Sydney. The beautiful celebration included Nicole's children, Isabella Jane and Connor Anthony, whom she shares with her ex-husband Tom Cruise. After they celebrated their wedding night in Sydney, the couple did a dreamy and romantic honeymoon in the idyllic French Polynesia. However, just 4 months after their wedding, Nicole unfortunately began to face a serious challenge. She was really concerned about her husband's struggle with the abuse of illegal substances, so she staged an intervention to help him confront his issues, which he was grateful for, as he stated in a 2014 interview with Rolling Stone, noting how very, very blessed he felt that she could take such a bold step on his behalf. After the timely intervention, he made sure to do his part by checking into rehab to address his alcohol addiction. Despite the personal challenges, Keith's career continued to grow. His album Love, Pain, and the Whole Crazy Thing was released as planned, and he earned the title of Male Vocalist of the Year at the Country Music Awards Association Awards in Nashville during this tumultuous time, and after 3 months of treatment, his representative confirmed that he had completed rehab, and he was joyfully reunited with his wife. The couple's life took a joyous turn in January 2008, when they announced that they were expecting their first child together. Nicole's representative shared the delightful news, noting, "The couple is thrilled." This announcement came shortly after Keith spoke fondly about his relationship with Kidman's older children, Isabella and Connor, from her previous marriage. He remarked, "They're fantastic. I just talked to Isabella and Connor yesterday." A lot of people in that situation, it's not as fluid as it is for us. The kids have come out to Australia a few times. It's great. We all get along very, very well. On the 7th of July, 2008, the couple welcomed their baby girl named Sunday Rose in Nashville. The couple released a heartfelt statement saying, "We feel immensely blessed and grateful to be given this beautiful baby girl. She's an absolute delight." The couple was so happy to share their bundle of joy to their fans and the whole world. Throughout her pregnancy, Keith was incredibly supportive. In an appearance on Live with Kelly and Ryan, she talked about how he had to fly to Australia just to attend her first ultrasound. According to her, he was there for 6 hours, saw the heartbeat, and then had to fly back to LA for a show. Also, in an interview with British GQ, Nicole revealed a personal decision she made after marrying Urban. "I burnt most of my journals after I remarried. You can't read somebody's diary. You shouldn't read it. You're only going to find out bad things." She emphasized the strength of their marriage, describing it as very adventurous and extraordinary, adding that committing to someone like Urban means living and dying by that decision together. The family grew once more when they welcomed their second daughter, Faith Margaret. On the 28th of December 2010, also in Nashville, Faith was born via surrogate, and the couple chose to keep the pregnancy private. In a joint statement, they expressed their gratitude, saying, "Our family is truly blessed and just so thankful to have been given the gift of baby Faith Margaret. No words can adequately convey the incredible gratitude that we feel for everyone who was so supportive throughout this process, in particular our gestational carrier." Their growing family continued to be an example of the love and commitment they shared. However, in September 2014, tragedy struck really hard when Nicole's father, Anthony, passed away unexpectedly due to an accidental fall. It was a difficult time for her and her family, but Keith was always by her side, providing support, comfort, and every other thing she needed. At the funeral, he performed the beautiful Amazing Grace, a tribute that brought the depth of their bond during such a heartbreaking moment. When it comes to her marriage, Nicole has also given a very good piece of advice that has strengthened their relationship over the years. She recalled wisdom from their family priest. "The greatest thing our family priest told us very early on in our marriage was, always kiss hello and kiss goodbye. It just keeps you connected." This practice that seems very simple has helped maintain their emotional closeness amidst their busy lives. In August 2021, she gave an insight, opening up about how Keith reacts to her on-screen romantic scenes. Speaking on E! News's Daily Pop, she said, "My husband is an artist, so he understands all of it, and he also does not get involved. He sees the show at the very end when it's a show, all edited together, and he's fresh eyes." She also stated that he doesn't go into the scripts or the day-to-day happenings on set because he is deeply focused on his own thriving career. This mutual respect for each other's artistic endeavors has been a cornerstone of their relationship, allowing them both to thrive individually while supporting one another wholeheartedly. One would think their marriage would last till their demise. Unfortunately, their marriage took a different turn due to a lot of reasons. Let's leap into the reason for their divorce quickly. The dramatic divorce. The marriage seemed very juicy, but life had other plans for them. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban officially ended their marriage after 19 years, and this mutual decision has left Nicole feeling deeply hurt and betrayed. A source shared with the media that she feels really betrayed, and another insider added that, apart from feeling betrayed, she was devastated because everything was surprising to her. On the 30th of September 2025, the Oscar-winning actress, who was 58, filed for divorce from Keith, who was 57, in Nashville courts, and this happened just a day after news of their separation made headlines. The media, as usual, needed juicy updates from the couple's representative, but they chose not to respond to requests for comments regarding the separation. According to a source, Nicole really didn't want the idea of separation and had been actively fighting to save their marriage. The couple made a public appearance together for the last time at the 2021 FIFA Club World Cup match in Nashville on the 20th of June, and just before that, they walked the red carpet at the 2025 Academy of Country Music Awards in Frisco, Texas on the 8th of May. But there have been whispers of a separation since early summer. An insider explained their lives were moving in different directions, And once he quietly set up his own place, it felt like the writing was on the wall. They had been living in different apartments for some time, according to people who are close to the couple. Just a few months before that, on the 25th of June, Nicole had shared a beautiful anniversary post on Instagram with a cute picture of her and her husband, writing, "Happy anniversary, baby," at Keith Urban. Also, barely a year ago in April 2024, she spoke fondly of Keith, saying, "I'm so lucky that I have Keith, who's just my love, my deep, deep love. That gives me the ability to go and do whatever I have to do because I know where I can come back to." She was not the only one feeling all mushy-moohy about their marriage, as Keith had previously described marrying the right person for the right reasons as his biggest and most important accomplishment. These statements made the news of their divorce unbelievable and not so good news to their fans. Now, we have explored the reason for their divorce, but as much as we want to believe Nicole's part of the story, we also have to hear from Keith. So, let's examine what he had to say about Nicole after 19 years of marriage. What Keith had to say about Nicole Kidman. In the midst of all the turmoil, the media has decided to make it even more interesting. An interview featuring Keith has come out, gaining attention in light of his recent separation from Nicole. In a part of the interview that aired on the 2nd of September on the Australian radio program, Keith appeared obviously uncomfortable when an interviewer asked about his relationship with Nicole, especially how their love story began. The co-host, named Amanda Keller, posed a thought-provoking question. If you hadn't both been there that day, would your paths somewhere have inevitably crossed? Or maybe this incredible life story wouldn't have happened. Here was his response. "No, I think it would." But when Amanda asked him whether he believed in fate, he responded that he had no idea. And this led to a weird silence that hung in the air. Amanda continued to talk about the imperativeness of their meeting, but Keith seemed increasingly uncomfortable, to the extent that he unbuttoned and removed his jacket right there. Eventually, he concluded with a statement, which was a smart attempt to shift the conversation away from the topic. The talk show later shared the clip on their Instagram account on the 30th of September, saying, "Prior to this, Keith Urban loved chatting about Nicole Kidman with us. He encouraged it, actually." This contrast spoke to Keith's discomfort during this particular discussion, specifically when questions about him and his ex-wife came up. Another interview from July on Air with Ryan Seacrest also showcased Urban's unease when Seacrest expressed admiration for Kidman's recent projects. When they asked an important question about how they balanced their busy schedules, he paused before answering, "It's a job. Yeah, life is in session." He also had this reluctance to engage more deeply in these discussions that raised eyebrows, especially due to their impending split. The following day, after the news of their separation had reached the internet, Nicole filed for divorce due to what she would refer to as irreconcilable differences, with the separation date aligning with the filing date. Some sources close to Keith indicated that he has been going through a lot recently, stating that he had been making questionable choices for some time. Another source, which was familiar with Nicole's story, stated, "Nicole's hurt and feels betrayed. She wanted to save their marriage and believed that she could, but it seems he's already moved on." To compound the whole situation, another insider said their lives were moving in different directions, and once he quietly set up his own place, it felt like the writing was on the wall. What do you think about what Keith Urban finally admitted about Nicole? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. To enjoy more exciting videos, click play on the video on your screen. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified when a new video drops.